All right, welcome back, kings and queens, y'all. Today we are talking a teenager that went missing from North Carolina. His name is Giovanni Pelletier, and I hope I said it correctly. God forgive me if I haven't. 18-year-old, right? He was last seen in Florida. He went on a vacation with his mom and her fiance. And recently, like over the past week and a half, he had been reported missing under circumstances that left his family, his mom, right, her fiance, friends and investigators searching for answers because the last people he was seen with were his three cousins. Now, here's my thing. Whew, okay. Shortly after traveling with to Florida on Friday, August 1st, Giovanni went missing. He went missing after arriving there with his mom, her fiance, Jeremy Brown, and his siblings. That's what his mom reported to People magazine, or People, just the media, big media outlet, okay? Now, before leaving Raleigh, Giovanni joined a text group, a text chat with a group of his paternal relatives, arranging for some of them to pick him up in Englewood, Florida, and bring him to his grandfather's house in Brevard County, more than 3 hours away. So they were going to pick him up from one spot in Florida, one city, and drive 3 hours. Okay. Now here's the thing. This is where some of us, it makes it hard for a parent because you want to give them the room and the flexibility to move freely about the cabin because he is 18, and you can't really baby an 18-year-old. And that's where you have, when God forbid, when something like this happens, you say, should I have monitored the text? Should I have done more? Should I have been engaged? Or should I have taken the lead, right? In orchestrating this trip. Within 30 minutes of being picked up, Giovanni texted his mom and he said, "Mom, help." Now, initially, his mom said she had a little bit of concern about letting him go alone, but she wanted to support her son. She wanted to be open to him reconnecting with his family. Now, his dad's father on the paternal side, which is his grandfather, Giovanni's paternal grandfather, his daddy's dad, left his mom a voicemail alleging that there had been an altercation between the three cousins and Giovanni, and that the cousins had left Giovanni on the side of the road, left him on the side of the road. Now, the grandfather previously declined to comment to People while the cousins could not be reached. That's fucked up. Let me ask you, I don't want to jump to conclusions because I'm really trying to be thoughtful. Number one, how old are those cousins? Number two, do you feel like on that side of the family, they're all trying to get their story together? The mom shared with People magazine that after she got in touch with more family members on that side, she learned that one of the cousins who picked up Giovanni said that the group, I knew it, they smoked some weed together. And Giovanni began to panic and curse at him. Okay, that's crazy. I'll get into that later. The cousin allegedly said that a confrontation occurred on the side of the road. He claimed Giovanni pulled out a knife, and after he wrestled the item away from Giovanni, the teenager ran off. Giovanni's mom said that's not like her son. That's not like her son. So she believes something happened where he felt outnumbered, he felt threatened, he felt intimidated, and he took off running. There's a possibility. Because let me tell you something, when crimes occur or when teenagers get together, there's a little bit of lies mixed in there with the truth. There's a little bit of lies mixed with the truth, okay? No, listen, you can't even trust your own family these days. It is a scary world that we live in, that your child, teen, and or a youth is not safe with the other side of the family. And you know, I understand why many parents can be very protective of their children, especially with these family members that you don't know not one damn thing about. Not one damn thing about. So in good faith, because a lot of people are critiquing, criticizing his mom, saying and asking, why would you allow him to go with strangers? But in good faith, right? Because women are often criticized when they don't allow their children to engage with the other family. These days, you cannot make these men want to be a part of these children's lives for whatever reason. But in good faith, his mom allowed him to go. And Giovanni was last spotted, y'all, heading to hang out with his cousins. And here's the things that were left behind, not even in the car, but the police were able to find on the side of the road. His personal belongings. I do believe his phone, his wallet. Right now, we don't believe there was a sign of a struggle, but also there was no communication since he last vanished. He sent a text to his mom in the middle of the night. After that, no communication. His phone went silent. There has been a body found that authorities do believe that it is 18-year-old Giovanni, and it was found in a Florida retention pond. We're going to talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
This is a very, very sad day, and I just cannot imagine the grief, the thoughts, the blame, the shame that the mom is inflicting upon herself. So prayers to the family members and to all parties involved. But here's some key takeaways that we have to keep in mind. A body has been found, and it has been identified as Giovanni Pelletier. Okay. Investigators are reviewing statements from the three cousins who were last with him before he sent his mom a text. They are now currently awaiting toxicology results to determine the cause of death and the manner of death. So they are conducting an autopsy. This is just crazy to me. I keep racking my brain back and forth, back and forth. I mean, this kid was not even with them, I don't think, an hour before he sent a distress text. Authorities in Florida, they are investigating after a body which they believe to be that of the missing North Carolina teenager, Giovanni Pelletier, 18, who was discovered, in a Florida retention pond. Y'all, they did confirm. They did confirm the body was located near Interstate 75, which was southbound off ramp in an area previously searched by law enforcement. And here's the thing to the public. Before you comment and do all of this rage bait, I've seen a lot. People are not happy with what they believe the police did or did not do. And I believe there's some miscommunication and or lies that are being told. The mom and the family found the body. People are pissed that the police did. Y'all, just because, and I saw some misconstruing of statements on social media. And let me be clear. Just because they did not find the body does not mean, nor is it equivalent to, no search was conducted. There were dogs, there were helicopters, there was law enforcement, there were resources expended on the behalf of this teen missing. Okay. Is this a high profile case? Unfortunately, it is not. Okay. And that's just something that we struggle with. And, with the phenomenon that Black teens, Black adults do not receive when they go missing. However, the remains were found. And the remains were found close to where the teen's backpack had earlier been recovered. Officials say the body was too decomposed. Oh, Lord Jesus, for an immediate positive identification, and forensic testing is underway. I wonder if it's because of the weather, or is it because of I wonder if it was because of the elements and the weather. So I started to like wreck my brain, just kind of figure out what could have happened in that short amount of time. And I'm going to share my thoughts a little bit, but let's talk about the final text and the roadside incident before Giovanni's disappearance. He was a recent Fuquay Varina High School graduate. Okay, so he just graduated, and it sounds like the family was visiting Florida, and the mom took the family on a family vacation. So the siblings went, the fiance went, and Giovanni went. And on August 1st, he left with three paternal cousins for an overnight trip to visit other relatives. Oh my God. I just got chills. What in the hell went down in that car that 30 minutes later, he tried to call his mom to rescue him? He tried to FaceTime his mother. He tried calling everyone he knew to be a safe place. What in the hell could have happened in that car with these so-called relatives? Only the mom can speak to that, because otherwise it's hearsay. Number one, what would make him feel like he needed to carry a knife? That's the first thing. And then pull it out. That's the second thing. Can the mom verify that he carries weapons? Is this something new to her? Does this sound like something that if her son felt like he was in danger, he would carry a knife and use it if he had to? Later that day, according to the authorities, his backpack and his mobile phone were found. The body was ultimately discovered by a private investigation group hired by Pelletier's family. Kudos to the mom for expending her own resources to make sure she had more than enough boots on the ground. In a social media post, his mother, Bridget Pelletier, expressed her grief and frustration, stating that the discovery was made by the family search team rather than law enforcement. She described herself as living every parent's worst nightmare and requested privacy as the family makes final arrangements. And I can understand her frustration. No, I can't. No, I can't. I don't think I can. I thought I could, but no, I can't. I can only imagine, let me correct that, her frustration. However, I would like to encourage everybody to pause. Law enforcement did participate. There were dogs, there were helicopters. There was a search team dispatched by law enforcement. Unfortunately, they were not able to recover the body, but the private investigator that the family hired was able to go back and find the body. We don't know why, we don't know how, but we want to make sure that we don't overshadow his disappearance with negativity. According to the mom on her social media post, she stated, "My son was recently found after a desperate search by our family alone. We are still facing an active investigation into his death. I am living every parent's worst nightmare, trying to find the strength to give him the goodbye he deserves. We ask that you please respect our privacy at this time as we try to navigate this for his 4 younger siblings." And then the mom goes on with an additional social media post. And she said, "The police did not find my baby. The investigators did not find my baby. The dogs didn't. The helicopters didn't. So stop spreading lies." Ooh. She asked the public to stop spreading lies. She's frustrated. And this is a part of grief, the frustration, the anger, right? But if you listen to what she's saying, we are aware that there were dogs, there were helicopters, and there were resources that were dispatched on his behalf. Now, let's talk about the autopsy. According to police, to just according to what they found, an autopsy showed no immediate signs of foul play, but toxicology results expected to take up to 6 months will help determine the cause and the manner of death. Officials made it clear that the investigation remains active and no suspects or persons of interest have been publicly identified. Retired FBI Special Agent Frank Bromstrom told ABC 11 that investigators will likely focus on the timeline of the events and the accounts of those last with Pelletier. He noted that authorities may examine why the cousins did not immediately contact police or family when he left the vehicle. Authorities have examined the vehicle used the night that Giovanni disappeared, and they are continuing to gather evidence, y'all, as they work to determine what happened in the hours before his death. Well, we can't even say hours. He was only with them for 30 minutes. So, do you mean from the time he was with his mom and then the handoff to the cousins and the 30 minutes or the half hour in that vehicle? The only thing that I could think that would make sense is if they gave him drugs. If they gave him drugs and he had an adverse reaction. That's the only thing I can think. And he had an adverse reaction to drugs. Either he OD'd. This is all speculation. I don't know. I keep racking my brain. I was like, okay, according to the autopsy, right? No immediate signs of foul play. But could it be drugs? That they gave this kid drugs, not knowing his history, that he really doesn't do drugs. And then there we have it. The erratic behavior that they describe could be a side effect of ingesting a substance. Number 2, maybe they did not call the police or notify family members because they knew what they did was wrong and taking drugs was a no-no. That's the only thing that can make sense. Um, Needless to say, it's a very sad situation. What happens when you're with people that don't care about you, people that have no allegiance to you. A blood allegiance, yes. Okay. A blood, and there's an old saying by our ancestors, blood is thicker than water. Not necessarily, because sometimes you can get friends that care harder and deeper and more than family members. So this is his own blood, y'all, that left him out there to fend for himself in whatever condition he was in when he exited the vehicle, if we are going to go with their side of the story. This is horrible. Prayers to the family. And, man, oh man, I'll be following this story. And I'll definitely report and follow up on the toxicology results to see, if anything, what was found in his system. And we shall come back. What are your thoughts? Very sad case. Let's take it to the chat.